A video capturing a tense and physical confrontation between WNBA legend Diana Taurasi and rising college basketball star Caitlin Clark has taken the internet by storm, rapidly going viral across multiple social media platforms.
Oh, it's always great. Every year is a different journey. And I think that's the best thing about being in a team sport, that it's always different, new faces. The goal is always the same, though. And it starts with, day one, trying to build that chemistry and finding what you are as a team. Really nice. I've been in town for the most part, working out, USA basketball. So I've had a great off season, getting to know Nate a little bit more. And, we're just excited that everyone's back. I'm really excited. I've known Tosh for a long time, competing against her. And
the footage, which shows the two athletes embroiled in a heated exchange that escalates into a physical altercation, has left fans and commentators alike reeling with shock and concern. This unexpected clash between two of the most prominent figures in women's basketball has ignited a firestorm of debate regarding the intensity of competition, the nature of sportsmanship, and the evolving dynamics within women's sports.
You be studying my arms?
Yeah, you got some good arms.
Yeah, I do. It's very nice. I think at times, I'm small, but I try to hold my own the best I can, and it's actually funny. We were playing live the other day, and I was backing down E-Dub, and E-Dub's like, "Man, I thought I was just gonna push you out of the way, but you're a little stronger than I thought." I was like, "Yeah, E-Dub, don't mess with me."
The video, reportedly captured during a highly anticipated exhibition game between a select WNBA All-Star team and a top NCAA college team, showcases a moment that no one saw coming. What began as a routine play quickly turned into an intense showdown as Taurasi, known for her fierce competitiveness and no-nonsense attitude, collided with Clark, a player celebrated for her sharpshooting abilities and fiery spirit on the court.
she's always been one of my favorites to play against. There's certain people that compete a certain way, no matter what the score is, no matter how their season's going, and she's one of those players. And to bring that energy to our team and that type of competitiveness, I think it's going to move the needle for us. And then Kai is just so dynamic. I mean, there's not many players like her in the world at her size, what she can do offensively, defensively. I've gotten to know her pretty well through USA camps, and there is a certain seriousness about her that's scary for everyone else.
In the footage, the altercation appears to begin with a verbal exchange that quickly escalates. The exact words exchanged between Taurasi and Clark remain unclear, but it's evident from their body language that tensions were running high. As the two players continued to exchange words, the situation spiraled out of control, culminating in Taurasi shoving Clark, who retaliated with equal force.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to us. We know how the WNBA season goes. It comes really quickly. You have to find a way to forge these relationships and this chemistry very quickly. And it starts with, today's brunch. It starts with going to San Diego today and starting our training camp. And we start forging those, really strong relationships that help you on the court. I mean, what an incredible career. I had an opportunity to play with Candace on the national team in Russia, obviously, and the WNBA.
The physical exchange, though brief, was intense, with teammates and officials rushing in to separate the two stars before the situation could escalate further. To fully understand the significance of this incident, it's essential to delve into the backgrounds of both Diana Taurasi and Caitlin Clark, two athletes who represent different eras and styles of basketball.
At her size, being able to do what she did really opened up, I think, the door to seeing a new way of playing basketball, especially on the women's side. And what an incredible career, honestly. She's done some things that not many people even dream of doing. And, what she did at Tennessee is just incredible. And, what she's doing on the other side too now, being on TNT and opening all those opportunities for women. I mean, she's really a trailblazer in a lot of ways.
Diana Taurasi, often hailed as the greatest female basketball player of all time, has had an illustrious career spanning nearly 2 decades. A 3-time WNBA champion with the Phoenix Mercury, Taurasi is known for her scoring prowess, court vision, and leadership. She has also been a key figure in the U.S. women's national basketball team, contributing to multiple Olympic gold medals and World Cup victories.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. You know, sometimes it's hard when you have training camp in the city. You know, you have practice and then everyone goes and they're busy. But, you know, we're going to be in San Diego for 5 days and really get to know each other. We have a brand new group, and I think it'll be a great opportunity to get to know each other and start, you know, building chemistry as a team.
How do you feel heading in?
Her legacy in the sport is cemented by her numerous accolades, including multiple WNBA MVP awards, scoring titles, and all-star selections. Taurasi's reputation as a fierce competitor and a vocal leader on the court has earned her both admiration and criticism throughout her career. Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, is one of the brightest young stars in women's basketball today.
I mean, that's just all hot smoke, clickbait. I mean, the man is a coach. That's what he does for his whole life. He coached at the highest level in the NBA, and to have an opportunity to be around him for the last 4 or 5 months, it's just, it's been refreshing. He loves the game. He loves the coach, and I'm just really excited for us and our fans.
As a standout guard for the University of Iowa, Clark has garnered widespread attention for her exceptional shooting range, playmaking ability, and tenacity. Her performances have often drawn comparisons to some of the game's greats, and she has quickly become a fan favorite for her fearless approach to the game. Despite her youth, Clark has already shattered several records and earned numerous accolades, including being named an All-American and leading the NCAA in scoring. The altercation between Taurasi and Clark, while shocking, is perhaps indicative of the broader trends and rising tensions within women's basketball. Over the past few years, the sport has seen a significant increase in visibility and competitiveness. The WNBA has grown in popularity, with games drawing larger audiences and more media coverage than ever before. Concurrently, women's college basketball. The sports world has been shaken by a viral video showing an intense altercation between WNBA coach Cheryl Reeve and college basketball star Caitlin Clark. The footage, which has rapidly spread across social media, captures a heated exchange that has left fans and analysts alike stunned. The incident has sparked widespread debate, raising concerns about sportsmanship and the high-pressure environment within professional and collegiate sports. As the video continues to circulate, questions about the context and repercussions of this confrontation are growing, drawing significant attention to the figures involved.
You know, we haven't seen him a lot, I'll say that. What I have seen, and you know, coming into the season, you know, watching her in college, I said the single best thing that she does that young players don't do is she plays at an incredible pace. And pace can get you really, really far, and there's great value in that. Pace and passing, I think, are her 2 greatest things. I know the sexier part is probably the logo 3, but the pace and the passing is what makes her exceptional in my mind. You know, the importance of the W, you're all standing here. I don't think it's just for Maya Moore's, you know, jersey into the Raptors. At least I hope some of you are here for that. But every city that she's in, I thought it was really cool her senior year of college to see that take hold. It wasn't just the Iowa fan.
In the world of sports, emotions run high, and tensions can sometimes boil over in ways that surprise even the most seasoned observers. Recently, a video emerged online that has quickly gone viral, capturing an unexpected and intense altercation between Cheryl Reeve, the highly respected and accomplished head coach of the WNBA's Minnesota Lynx, and Caitlin Clark, one of the brightest young stars in women's college basketball. The video, showing a heated exchange between the two, has sparked widespread debate and concern across the sports world, drawing attention not only for its shocking content, but also for what it reveals about the pressures and challenges faced by athletes and coaches at the highest levels of competition. Cheryl Reeve has long been a prominent figure in women's basketball, known for her strategic brilliance, passionate coaching style, and the success she has brought to the Minnesota Lynx. With multiple WNBA championships under her belt, Reeve has established herself as one of the most successful and influential coaches in the league's history. Her tenure with the Lynx has been marked by consistent excellence, driven by her commitment to discipline, hard work, and a deep understanding of the game. Players who have worked with Reeve often speak of her as a demanding but supportive coach, someone who pushes them to reach their full potential while also caring deeply about their personal development. Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, represents the future of women's basketball.
We've wanted a player or a league that can, sort of transcend some of these spaces and have a roadshow. The NBA's had their players that people come to see, right? So when the Wolves sell tickets, there are certain games that they know people are going to come watch certain players. And Caitlin Clark and some of the other rookies give us that. Obviously, Caitlin, being the headliner.
As a standout player for the University of Iowa, Clark has quickly risen to prominence with her remarkable scoring ability, court vision, and competitive spirit. Her performances on the court have garnered widespread attention, making her one of the most talked-about players in the NCAA. Clark's style of play is characterized by her fearlessness, her willingness to take on challenges, and her knack for delivering in clutch moments. These qualities have endeared her to fans and have made her a role model for young athletes aspiring to make their mark in the sport. The footage that has now gone viral shows a side of both Reeve and Clark that many did not expect to see. The video, captured during what appears to be a private or semi-private moment, shows the two engaged in a heated verbal confrontation. The intensity of the exchange is palpable, with both individuals clearly agitated. Reeve, known for her normally composed demeanor, appears visibly angry, while Clark, typically confident and unflappable on the court, seems equally fired up. The video offers no clear audio of the words exchanged, leaving viewers to speculate about the cause of the dispute and the specific nature of the conflict between the two. The reaction to the video has been swift and varied. On social media, the footage has been shared and reshared thousands of times, with users offering a wide range of opinions and interpretations. Some have expressed shock and disappointment, questioning how two respected figures in the sport could allow their emotions to get the better of them in such a public way. Others have been more understanding, noting the intense pressure that both Reeve and Clark are under in their respective roles and suggesting that moments of conflict are inevitable in such high-stakes environments. For Reeve, this incident is particularly striking given her long-standing reputation as a coach who values professionalism and sportsmanship. Throughout her career, she has been a vocal advocate for the growth of women's basketball, both at the professional and grassroots levels. She has spoken frequently about the importance of mentoring young players, helping them navigate the challenges of their careers and preparing them for life beyond basketball. This altercation with Clark, therefore, stands in stark contrast to the image that Reeve has cultivated over the years. It raises questions about what might have provoked such a strong reaction from her and whether this moment reflects deeper tensions within the sport. Clark, meanwhile, is at a different stage in her career. As a college athlete, she is still in the process of establishing herself and defining her public persona. While she is known for her competitive edge and fiery style of play, this incident might shape perceptions of her in new ways. The confrontation with Reeve could be seen as a sign of Clark's intensity and passion for the game, or it could be interpreted as evidence of immaturity or lack of control. Much will depend on how Clark and those around her respond to the situation in the days and weeks to come. One possible outcome of this situation is a renewed focus on the importance of mental health and well-being in sports. The stress and pressure that come with competing at the elite level can take a toll on even the most resilient individuals. In recent years, there has been a growing recognition of the need to support athletes and coaches in managing these pressures, whether through mental health resources, better communication channels, or more supportive team cultures. The incident between Reeve and Clark could serve as a catalyst for further conversations about how to create environments in which both athletes and coaches can thrive without reaching a breaking point. It looks like Cheryl Reeve and the Team USA Selection Committee might be in a bit of trouble. For this one, we need to head all the way down to Phoenix.
Yeah, if you can promise me that's how it's going to work out this time, I can tell you it was very positive tonight. Really short-sighted of me if I don't take a moment and recognize what a great game it was, what a great environment, fun for people to watch, and we have work to do, right? And we know that.
It's going to be fun, I think. Obviously, as two rookies, like getting to share this experience for the first time, like super rare to be here as a rookie, and then to have two of us here, I think it's just really great overall. I think obviously the fans are going to be very excited about it, but I'm excited to share the court honestly with everybody. Like meeting new people, this is my first experience here. Obviously know these two, but everybody else, like just getting to know them over the course of the weekend and enjoying the experience.
This is going to be a long month for Cheryl Reeve and the Team USA Selection Committee. What we witnessed yesterday was a massacre. The WNBA team was clearly the better team on the court. Whoever selected these women to go to Paris should be ashamed. Cheryl Reeve and others are making excuses for why this team performed so poorly, but we're going to jump into it all right now.
Tiffany Blackman moments ago caught up with Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin, you all were able to turn up the defensive intensity in this quarter, get some key stops. What did that do for you in the transition game?
Yeah, I think we responded well after we had to use that timeout early in the third. I think turnovers are costing us a little bit. If we can take care of the ball a little bit better, we'll be in a better position, but I thought we did better on the O boards.
Thanks, Caitlin.
Caitlin Clark with 18 points, 9 points.
The Team USA Selection Committee is under fire. Reports are starting to come out from the WNBA pipeline that people are not happy with the team they're sending to Paris. It's being reported that the Team USA Selection Committee is under extreme heat from WNBA fans following the loss in the All-Star Game. While the 2024 WNBA All-Star Weekend was extremely entertaining and one of the best in recent memory, it has led to a lot of controversy for Team USA.
So, sometimes it's good that, obviously the adversity, etc. I don't think we needed a game like this to have our attention per se. We know how hard it is to do what we're trying to do, and we just have work to do to get there.
There has already been drama with Indiana Fever star Kelsey Clark's absence from the team, but after the Team WNBA victory, that drama has spread to other players. Multiple players who succeeded in the game proved they're good enough to have a spot on the Team USA roster. The Olympic team losing to players who all missed out on a spot isn't a good look, particularly for the selection committee.
Overall, I think the stuff that we did, we don't really know else what we could do action-wise. We need feedback, right? So get a little more pressure in the paint, a little more pressure on the rim. I thought Dorica had some good moments in the second half. Watch it back. I'm not sure if we're going to love that we were small. Maybe we should have stayed big and get a little more pressure on the inside. But analytics during the game showed us that we were better small, so we did it.
As one fan pointed out, this is not a good look. Don Staley is on this committee. Cheryl Reeve is on this committee. And everybody else is trying to be quiet like they aren't. From what I'm hearing, they're silent and avoiding the spotlight. But whatever the case, they have definitely dropped the ball. People are not happy. This is the team we're sending to Paris, and we better hope they win gold. If they don't, I can assure you the fans will make it clear that they were not happy with this decision.
A lot. Like, I tried to watch the WNBA as much as I could. I mean, Maya Moore was my favorite player growing up. I can't remember like specifically like one All-Star game. That's tough for me. But I mean, I always watch. Like, I was a huge supporter.
Cheryl Reeve has been making excuses about this whole thing. The commissioner opened up about the increase in interest across the league, but didn't give Caitlin Clark any praise. We're going to roll it all out right now.
I mean, I think it's been happening, prior even to this team. This momentum, this wave, that we're feeling, it has been sort of this kind of journey for women's basketball to get the attention that it is, getting at this point. So I think we mirror what's happening, obviously in the WNBA. And, I think hopefully this team can uphold, sort of the culture and the level of success and compete. And but I don't necessarily know that this team is going to be, the team that changes things. I think we're continuing to, be on that upward trajectory, and this team has absolutely been a part of that.
That was Team USA coach Cheryl Reeve speaking with reporters yesterday, kind of making excuses for the loss. Moving on to the commissioner, she spoke about all these increases within the league, and she's ecstatic about them, which she has every right to be.
It was the same, I think 4 years prior. I'm pretty sure the Team WNBA beat Team USA. They were perfectly fine in the Olympics. I think if anything, it shows how good this league is. It shows how much talent is in this league and how you have to show up and prepare every single night, because there's a lot of players that aren't even here on All-Star Weekend that can, be here and be in these moments too. It just shows the amount of talent that we have.
You've got to give praise to Caitlin Clark. None of this stuff would be happening without Caitlin Clark. She went on a whole rant about all these increases, like the league is just on fire because everyone suddenly loves the WNBA. No, that's not the case.
In rim, she'll get to the rim, which is something this group without fee desperately needs. And that's another player that we're just asking for her to, when she comes in the game, not feel it out. You got to come in and impact it right away. She knows that, we're going to live with whatever shot she takes. And some of them are, maybe a little harder. But in order for a player to be aggressive, they have to know, that you're not going to, limit what shots and where. And I think Chechi's benefited from that.
Cheryl Reeve has been making excuses about this whole thing. The commissioner opened up about the increase in interest across the league, but didn't give Caitlin Clark any praise.
It's awesome, and to be a part of this, to see it grow, it's super special. I'm happy for the players that have been in this league for a really long time to have moments like these and opportunities like these, because they've deserved it. It's been a long time coming, but honestly, I feel like we're just scratching the surface. Like you said, the 2 expansion teams that already announced and are going to be coming over the course of the next 2 years, that's only going to help the league grow. It's going to get more eyeballs, get us into new markets. The new media rights deal, that's going to help. So it's just day by day, year by year, it's only going to continue to get better, and it's going to give people an opportunity to see how good women's basketball is from a professional level, but everybody knows how good the talent is in the college level, and you want to continue to get more of those players into this league, because there's so many fans at the college level, and continue to bring those fans here. So for myself, I'm just very thankful and grateful, and if I can help in any way, that's all I'm trying to do, is continue to bring people to want to support this game.
In contrast, the selected Team USA players struggled defensively, allowing over 60 points in the paint. This defensive lapse was a critical factor in their defeat.
Yeah, I think obviously Cheryl, she's one of the pioneers of our game, and just an awesome individual. Her personality just radiates. Being around her, it just makes you smile. She's just such a cool human. So for her to get to coach us, super exciting for me. I was super excited when I heard that news. Just a great opportunity to be around somebody that's given so much to this game, and to get to enjoy this, my first experience with her, honestly.
Kind of the same with what they've been saying. Cheryl Miller told us that she wanted to win, and she made it clear and cut, and asked us how y'all want to do this. And I think we grow to appreciate it because at the end of the day, we're competitors, and what she's done for us and paved the way to even for us to be here. We're internally grateful for her, and I think that we only can do right by her by competing as best as we can tomorrow.
Next question to your left, in the fourth row, Cassandra.
Cassandra Negley with Yahoo Sports. For Caitlin and Aaliyah, when the Mercury practice facility opened, Diana talked about how it was for the future and continuing to level up. Caitlin, you're in your first All-Star. Aaliyah, your second. What is it like to be here in Phoenix, knowing that you are that next generation to keep leveling up?
Yeah, it's super cool. And obviously their practice facility is amazing. And obviously the court being named after DT, like that's something she really deserves. And I think it's super cool. And I think their owner, Matt Ishbia, has done a great job of not only putting on this whole weekend, but being very invested into their team and giving them all the resources in the world to be great. I think it's something that is needed, and they definitely deserve it. But yeah, I mean, it's cool for us to share this experience together as two young players in this game, and there's so many young stars. I think like it's going to continue to grow forward, and yeah, I mean, that's kind of what he came and talked to us. Their owner came and talked to us after practice today, and that's what he kind of said. Like, we want this to be the start of continuing to just move the game forward and being celebrated and give you guys everything that you deserve. So I think it was a super cool opportunity.
Really exciting. It's not surprising. I think it was important that, we valued ourselves in this negotiation.
Rookie of the Year, Biles Clark and Cheryl Reeve, recently partnered for a big TV deal that can change the WNBA.
In the perfect timing, they're going to get a new TV deal, which is going to obliterate the old TV deal.
They have maintained a strong commitment to covering women's sports over the years, unlike other media in our market.
I think your commitment through the years in covering women's sports is not shared by, the broader media in our market.
Their social media game is improving our coverage, but they've still got more ground to cover.
We've improved our coverage in our market for sure, but it is not at the level that it should be at this point, given the magnitude of the events that we have had, whether it's WNBA championships, multiple times, and whether it's when we hosted the All-Star game, whatever it is. And so, we've got another step to go. I'm really hopeful that the current events in covering women's sports, how things are changing, moving very rapidly, that our market is one that will grab a hold and share your passion for it.
The USA experience was the catalyst for her career trajectory. That was a turning point that launched her career.
Yeah, I think Ka's the epitome of a career trajectory, in that her first USAB experience, was one in terms of where she was at in the league, that, it was typical first experience. She had a lot to learn, a lot to figure out.
She kicked off her WNBA journey and ended up snagging the MVP in the finals.
But she started figuring that out in the WNBA, obviously, as we know, with culminating in an MVP in the finals. And she just keeps growing. She's got a great work ethic, great passion for the game, and so I think it's notable. I think, like you said a little bit later in her career, I think that's notable for players, that they understand. We were just having this conversation that it may not be your time when you're younger. Maybe there's just people at your position. Maybe you still have a little bit to add to your game, whatever it is. And, being patient in that process.
Recognizing our value was key in this negotiation, making sure we held our ground.
Yeah, it's really exciting. It's not surprising. I think it was important that, we valued ourselves in this negotiation. It's certainly helpful to have this rookie class, led by Caitlin, who, is sort of driving, the media, the interest, the business.
Cheryl's making sure she knows what the WNBA's got in store for the beginning of the season.
And so I think making sure that, I said this in the beginning of the season, what can the WNBA do? We can take advantage and not sell ourselves short. And also have a vision for the future, where this league is headed, like all pro sports leagues that we have seen, NBA, Major League Baseball, NFL. There is an evolution to a sports league. and we're in our evolution. This is our moment to take that next step.
According to Caitlin, Cheryl's a trailblazer in the sport and just a really cool individual.
Yeah, I think obviously Cheryl, she's like one of the pioneers of our game and just an awesome individual. Like her personality just radiates. Like being around her, it just makes you smile. Like she's just such a cool human. So for her to get to coach us, like super exciting for me. I was super excited when I heard that news. Like just a great opportunity to be around somebody that's given so much to this game and to get to enjoy this, my first experience with her, honestly. It's awesome, and to be a part of this, like to see it grow, it's super special. I'm happy for the players that have been in this league for a really long time to have moments like these and opportunities like these because they've deserved it. It's been a long time coming, but honestly, like I feel like we're just scratching the surface. Like you said, the 2 expansion teams that already announced and are going to be coming over the course of the next 2 years, like that's only going to help the league grow. It's going to get more eyeballs, get us into new markets. The new media rights deal, that's going to help. So it's just day by day, year by year, like it's only going to continue to get better, and it's going to give people an opportunity to see how good women's basketball is.
One of the greatest competitors that the league or women's basketball has ever seen, or sports have ever seen. One of the all-time greatest competitors. It's a player that we have loved to hate as an opponent, but that means you are really, really doing something great. She's done it all in big games, won us big games, makes big shots. Her level of compete, her understanding of the game, what should happen, her understanding of her teammates, how to put them in position to be successful.
It's truly fascinating to delve into everything that's been happening in the WNBA recently, from the standout performances on the court to the impactful social initiatives off the court.
Did you guys see this note? It's really interesting what's happened to the WNBA. In the perfect timing, they're going to get a new TV deal, which is going to obliterate the old TV deal. They're still going to lose money this year doing the charter flights. I think putting cart before horse is a little bit much, but the Caitlin Clark effect is real. It just is. And the latest sign is that they got 3.44 million people watched the WNBA All-Star Game on ABC, topping the previous record of 1.44 million. So 2 million more people watched the WNBA All-Star Game, in which the WNBA All-Stars beat Team USA. Anyway, 2 million more people watched. And I mean, I can't equate every one of those 2 million people to be because of Caitlin Clark. Her whole act, her whole bravado is so it's not just unbecoming of somebody who's a coach, but your job when you're USA basketball, the coach USA basketball, like you're a champion of the game. You're growing the game, and there just isn't. There's a coach speak code that everyone knows, and she refuses, and it shows her what has to be an insecurity, right? She feels like Shooter McGavin. That's what she feels like. I was too busy winning.
Caitlin took the worst team in the WNBA, had a rough start in the first year, and now they're actually competitive.
Like, all right, dude, but she took the worst team in the WNBA. They're terrible to start the year, and now they're competitive. And oh yeah, by the way, she's really good, and people care. They want to watch her play. And when put in a situation where you have better players around her, she becomes a facilitator. Like, I don't understand what her deal is, other than some massive, massive insecurity. And as we've said before, she is the embodiment of what's wrong with what's hard with women in the workplace. Is that the biggest challenge, biggest hurdle for women to get over in the workplace is other women.
You know what the average attendance is when Caitlin Clark plays home or the road? What? 15,300. Wow. Okay? 15,300. Do you know what Caitlin Clark just got the contract from Nike?
Nike.
You know what the contract is?
I want to say it's $3 million a year for 8 to 10 years. It's almost $30 million, something like that.
Right there. Look at this. Caitlin Clark gets 15,591 fans in attendance, 105% increase compared to the average game is 76.45. Can you pull up what Caitlin Clark just got? What is the Nike contract with Caitlin Clark? Nike contract, $28 million is what the contract is. Okay, this is WNBA is paying Caitlin Clark $28 million. Good for freaking you. You know what America loves? Let me break it down for you. We absolutely love one thing. You know what it is? Underdogs. And Caitlin Clark is an underdog. We don't care if it's WNBA. We don't care if it's the UFC and they said, Dana, you'll never make it. We don't care if it's a presidential candidate. We don't care if it's a comedian. We don't care if it's a businessman. We don't care if it's a podcaster. We don't care if it's a fighter. We don't care if it's anything. We don't care about your color. We don't care if you're married, single, divorced. We don't care about anything. We love humble underdogs. We just do. We love an underdog that comes in, that's got a fight, that wants to go out there and do it. And Caitlin Clark's doing it. And she's getting all these eyeballs. And I'm so happy for her to get the $28 flipping million.
Simone Biles and Caitlin Clark recently made waves in the sports world when they met for the first time.
I'd be going sweet by sweet. It was weird. It felt so different being in there for the swimming trials than this, obviously. It's just the way they had it separated and had a whole pool in there is kind of hard to comprehend. But obviously my first Colts game, and even though it wasn't really a real game, it was still a lot of fun. My dad was the one that wanted to go, so he's a big football fan, so he was enjoying it, and it was fun for me too. And you know, getting to do stuff outside of basketball and take your mind away from it is really fun for myself. So
the encounter took place on August 28th, 2024, at a WNBA game where Clark's team, the Indiana Fever, secured a win against the Connecticut Sun. Biles, fresh off her Paris 2024 Olympic comeback, cheered on Clark as she broke the WNBA's rookie three-point record. The two icons, alongside Olympian Gabby Thomas, celebrated their shared achievements and the growing prominence of women's sports.
I think just a lot to learn from. You know, it's the first one. There's going to be good ones, there's going to be bad ones. And, you know, like we said in the locker room, like we play on Thursday. You got to learn from it and move on and be ready to go. I think just going day by day and, you know, trying to do the best you can no matter what. Obviously, you know, I would have liked to play a little better tonight. I think all of us would say that if we were all sitting up here. And as a team collectively, we would have liked to play better and shown a better product, because I thought we've had some really good practices leading up to this game. But, you know, I think the biggest thing is just, you know, learn from it, move on. You know, things are going to come fast.
On August 28th, 2024, the paths of two of the most celebrated athletes in their respective sports crossed in a way that captivated fans and athletes alike. The event took place during a WNBA game where Caitlin Clark, a standout rookie for the Indiana Fever, continued to make headlines by breaking the league's rookie three-point record. Watching from the stands was none other than Simone Biles, the most decorated gymnast in history, fresh off her return from the Paris 2024 Olympics.
Yeah, I feel like I probably don't even realize what I'm doing it half the time. I think just that was probably something I accepted more so in college. I think the physicality definitely increased over the course of my career. And then as you come into the league, it's just going to be more physical. That's how it is. So I think just, you know, it's going to be something that you have to accept. They're not going to make calls like that. It's going to be physical. You know, but you can also be physical back with them and use it to your advantage. If somebody's being physical with you, don't let them just push you around all the time. So I think that's something that...
This moment marked not just a meeting of two sports legends, but also a significant moment for women's sports. The encounter between Biles and Clark was more than just a casual meeting. It was a symbol of the rising tide of women's sports. Biles, who has become a global icon not only for her gymnastics achievements, but also for her advocacy for mental health, attended the game to show her support for Clark and women's basketball. Her presence underscored the growing recognition and celebration of female athletes across all sports.
I thought it was physical. I don't know, obviously it wasn't the best start in the first half for myself. Getting into foul trouble, and then you got to sit on the bench and try to come back into the game and get into a little bit of a flow. But obviously too many turnovers. That's not going to get the job done. But I think just a lot of things to learn from. I didn't think we played well, and we had cut it to 6 in the third quarter. So I think that's a positive you look at. We really did not play a good game, but we were right there at moments, and then it kind of got away from us at the end of the third and fourth quarter.
Clark, who had already established herself as a force to be reckoned with in the NCAA, was now making waves in the WNBA. Her record-breaking performance in front of Biles added an extra layer of significance to the moment. For many fans, this meeting represented the passing of the torch from one generation of trailblazers to the next, as Biles and Clark continue to inspire young athletes to dream big and break barriers. The meeting was widely celebrated on social media, with fans and athletes alike expressing their excitement.
I don't know. I think she's so unique, honestly. I think her speed, there's nobody I really played with that has the speed that she has. And the way she can finish around the rim, but also be, a really good catch and shoot three-point shooter. She creates off the dribble. I don't really think there's really anybody I've played with that is as similar to her, just from a standpoint of how she can do multiple different things. And for her size, it's really impressive too. Like, she finishes around the basket really well for her size, and she's really fast. And I think you can kind of see us.
The Indiana Fever's official social media account shared a video of the players' reactions to meeting Biles and Olympian Gabby Thomas, who also attended the game. The video captured the genuine excitement and admiration that the players felt, highlighting the impact that these women have had on sports and beyond. Simone Biles herself posted on social media, expressing her happiness at being able to support women's sports and attend her first WNBA game.
I think definitely the physicality. I think also just like some uncharacteristic stuff, like I pick up the ball and travel, I dribble off my foot, I pass it on the inbound, I turn it over. So just a few things that are just, you have to be crisper. Like, those are situations where, you're just giving the other team the ball. I think collectively, obviously, 25 turnovers is going to make it really hard for us to win.
Everyone watches women's sports, she wrote, a statement that resonated with many as a powerful affirmation of the growing popularity and importance of women's athletics. Biles's support for Clark and the WNBA was seen as a significant endorsement, bringing even more attention to a league that has been gaining momentum in recent years. Gabby Thomas also shared her excitement about the game, noting that it was her first WNBA game and that she had a great time supporting the players.
It's cool to see how the city supports all the sports here and the events that we have here. Like, it's a great city to host certain events in, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I think the Women's Final Four comes here in a few years, the Men's Final Four is here. It's just a great city that really supports basketball, supports all sports. And for me, like, I'm a sports lover. I grew up loving every kind of sport, watching whatever it was that was on TV. So
the presence of these Olympic athletes at a WNBA game was a testament to the camaraderie and mutual respect that exists among female athletes regardless of their sport. It also highlighted the increasing crossover appeal of women's sports, as athletes from different disciplines come together to support and celebrate each other's successes. Simone Biles and Caitlin Clark's recent meeting has sparked significant attention and excitement in the sports community, symbolizing a powerful intersection of athletic talent, perseverance, and the growing visibility of women's sports. Caitlin Clark continues to dazzle on the basketball court, and this time she had some elite company in the stands, with gymnastics icons Simone Biles and Suni Lee watching from the sidelines.
Caitlin Clark now has the rookie record, the history of the WNBA, as she's now going to try to set the all-time record, but 12 games to go. Now, this is happening exactly how I scripted it. I told you this is going. They loaded up the schedule, front-loaded Caitlin Clark on a bad team, the worst team, because they drafted her, number one. They were going to load up against better competition, and she played an entire college basketball season, and she didn't play well. And I said at the time she didn't deserve to be on the Olympic team. And at the time I felt that. But she got rest, the schedule not as demanding, and now you're seeing Caitlin Clark.
Clark put on a masterclass performance against the Connecticut Sun, shattering yet another record in the process. The rising star's relentless drive and jaw-dropping skills left the crowd in awe, proving once again why she's a force to be reckoned with in the world of basketball. Caitlin Clark, the name that has become synonymous with excellence in the world of basketball, continues to elevate her game to new heights, leaving fans, analysts, and even fellow athletes in awe.
She's already set the all-time rookie assist record. For somebody who's the greatest scorer in college basketball history, and she is an incredible... See, I think that was lost on a lot of people. Her ability to be able to find the open person, it's something that you're born with. And, you know, if you're one of her teammates and she's coming in, and I said at the time, she will try to ingratiate herself as a teammate by passing first instead of shooting first.
In a game that will be remembered for years to come, Clark once again showcased why she is not just a player, but a phenomenon. With her eyes set on victory and her heart full of determination, Clark took to the court against the Connecticut Sun, delivering a performance that was nothing short of spectacular. The stakes were high, and the atmosphere was electric as fans filled the arena, buzzing with anticipation.
Caitlin Clark is a phenomenon. And if I said to any of these people who think Caitlin Clark is not the Rookie of the Year, I'd say, who would you want to start your franchise with? Now, I'm not going to put Asia Wilson in there. I'm just saying between these two. Angel Reese is a wonderful player, but she does not compare to what and who Caitlin Clark is when she's on the basketball floor. Plain and simple. But we want to make it a debate, and I think that...
But what made this game even more special was the presence of two of the greatest gymnasts of all time, Simone Biles and Suni Lee. These Olympic champions, known for their own incredible athletic feats, took time out of their busy schedules to witness greatness in another sport. Their presence added an extra layer of excitement to the event, as fans eagerly awaited to see how Clark would rise to the occasion under the watchful eyes of such esteemed athletes.
Other than she plays really, really hard, and I liken her game to Moses Malone. Moses Malone was relentless. So it's not that I don't appreciate who she is or how she plays. There is no one like Caitlin Clark in the history of the WNBA. I mean, you had somebody who was the all-time leading scorer in college basketball history who plays for Las Vegas, and nobody talked about her. Nobody talked about Kelsey.
From the very first whistle, it was clear that Caitlin Clark was in the zone. Her movements were precise, her focus unshakable, and her energy contagious. The Connecticut Sun, a formidable opponent in their own right, quickly realized they were up against a force unlike any other. Clark's basketball IQ, honed through years of dedication and hard work, was on full display as she orchestrated her team's offense with the finesse of a seasoned conductor leading a symphony.
Of the season from the Indiana Fever. First on Friday, they beat the Phoenix Mercury. Then Sunday, a big win against Seattle. What's important, both of those teams are in the top half of the standings. This is an Indiana team that's really learned how to click on the offensive end of the floor. 3 players scoring at least 20 points against Seattle. 4 players in double figures in their win over Phoenix on Friday. Caitlin Clark continues to distribute the basketball. Her teammates have learned how to finish when she does.
Each possession seemed to be a masterclass in basketball fundamentals, yet with a flair that only Clark could bring. Whether she was setting up her teammates with pinpoint passes, creating her own shot off the dribble, or launching one of her signature deep three-pointers, there was a sense of inevitability in the air. Caitlin Clark was going to put on a show. And a show it was. As the game progressed, Clark's stat line began to swell.
They kind of put the person that was guarding the inbounder in the middle of the lane, so that wasn't open, and I was the second option for the 3. And lucky enough, I thought our post player, Monica Sonano, set a really, really good screen, kind of hit the girl and she almost fell over a little bit, which gave me a second to get it off. And, it's a play we practice all the time against our blue squad, which are our managers and practice boys. So, we had been through that situation quite a few times and, 1.5 seconds was plenty of time for me to get it off.
With points, assists, and rebounds piling up in staggering numbers. But this wasn't just about the numbers. It was about the way she played the game. Her poise under pressure, her ability to make split-second decisions, and her unwavering confidence made her a nightmare for the Connecticut Sun's defense. They threw everything they had at her: double teams, traps, switching defenders. But nothing could slow her down.
I grew up watching the game. I had an older brother that played basketball, so I always tagged around with a lot of boys. And I think, that kind of helped me develop my offensive skill set at a younger age, a little faster than most people would. And then when I made that transition from boys basketball to girls basketball, I was, already kind of a step ahead. And I always had the will to want to be better. And I played up usually.
Simone Biles and Suni Lee watched intently from the sidelines, their expressions a mixture of admiration and awe. As elite athletes themselves, they understood the level of skill, mental toughness, and competitive spirit it takes to perform at such a high level. They exchanged glances, perhaps recognizing in Clark the same qualities that had driven them to Olympic glory: the relentless pursuit of excellence, the refusal to back down from a challenge, and the ability to thrive under pressure. As the game reached its climax, the tension in the arena was palpable. Every dribble, every shot, and every defensive stop was met with roars from the crowd. And then, in a moment that will be etched into the memories of everyone present, Caitlin Clark's latest performance against the Seattle Storm was nothing short of extraordinary. From the moment she stepped onto the court, she was in complete control, showing the poise and confidence that have become her trademark. Her presence was felt immediately as she orchestrated the offense with precision, creating opportunities for her teammates and capitalizing on every mistake the Storm made.
Honestly, I have no idea. I was just trying to get to the handshake line and shake hands and, be grateful that my team was in that position. That's all you can do is, hold your head high, be proud of what you did, and, all the credit in the world to LSU. They were tremendous. They deserve it. They had a tremendous season. Kim Mulkey coached them so well. She's one of the best basketball coaches of all time, and it shows. And she only said really kind things to me in the handshake line, so I'm very grateful for that too. But honestly, I have no idea. And I was just trying to, spend the last few moments on the court with, especially the 5 people that I've started 93 games with, and relishing every second of that.
The game began with a tense atmosphere, both teams aware of the stakes. The Seattle Storm, known for their solid defense and tactical play, were determined to contain Clark, but she quickly dismantled their game plan. Whether it was driving to the basket with her trademark explosiveness or pulling up for deep threes, she made it clear that she was on a mission. Clark's ability to read the defense was on full display. Early in the game, she noticed the Storm defenders sagging off slightly, anticipating her drives. Seizing the opportunity, she started raining down three-pointers, each one more demoralizing than the last. By the end of the first quarter, she had already notched double digits in points, leaving the Storm scrambling to adjust. But it wasn't just her scoring that made the difference. Clark's playmaking was equally devastating. She showcased her vision with a series of pinpoint passes that sliced through the Storm's defense. It seemed like every time the Storm closed in on her, she found a teammate in perfect position to score. The chemistry between Clark and her teammates was undeniable as they fed off her energy and executed plays with surgical precision. The Storm, despite their best efforts, couldn't find an answer for Clark. They threw different defensive schemes at her, double teams, traps, switching defenders, but nothing worked. she adapted to each adjustment with ease, either by finding the open player or by creating her own shot. Her basketball IQ was on full display, making it clear that she was always one step ahead.
For WNBA rookie sensation Caitlin Clark, she broke the league's record with 19 assists. Again, that is not a rookie record. 19 assists, the most in a WNBA game ever. This coming in an 8-point loss by the Fever to the Wings last night.
Caitlin Clark set a franchise rookie record for assists in a single season as the Indiana Fever defeated Diana Taurasi and the Phoenix Mercury 88-82 Sunday afternoon in Arizona.
It's not news that there can be a lot of drama in the sports industry, and this time it looks like things are heating up in the WNBA. Caitlin Clark, the sensational rookie from the Indiana Fever, has just pulled off a move that left legends Diana Taurasi and Angel Reese absolutely stunned. In a game that had everyone on the edge of their seats, Caitlin showed not only her incredible skill, but also a secret move that changed the course of the match. But what exactly did Caitlin do that shocked two of the biggest names in the game, and how are fans reacting to this? Let's get into it.
It's said that the best point guards are more worried about their teammates than they are about themselves. And coming off that 19-assist game, you certainly play like that. What do you like more, setting your teammates up or scoring the ball yourself?
Caitlin Stark versus Diana Taurasi and Angel Reese. Before we go into the rivalry between these three incredible basketball players, we need to first explore their journeys and what exactly made them WNBA material. Caitlin Clark is a young basketball player who gained national attention during her college career at the University of Iowa. Born on January 22, 2002, she quickly became one of the most talked about players in college basketball due to her scoring ability and overall performance. She set numerous records and became the NCAA Division I all-time leading scorer, a remarkable achievement for such a young athlete.
The University of Iowa guard Caitlin Clark, smashing records and captivating fans across the nation. And now she's ready to take her game to the next level.
Diana Taurasi, born on June 11, 1982, is a veteran player in the WNBA. She has been widely regarded as one of the greatest players in the history of women's basketball. Diana played college basketball at the University of Connecticut and then joined the WNBA in 2004, being drafted by the Phoenix Mercury. Over her career, she has won multiple championships and MVP awards, which have helped in establishing her as a legend in the sport.
The Phoenix Mercury's Diana Taurasi became the first player to score 10,000 career points.
Incredible. It just happened last night. And Channel 3's Astrid Martinez has more on the Stars' new milestone.
On the other hand, Angel Reese is another young and promising player, born on May 6, 2002. She played college basketball at the University of Maryland before being drafted by the Chicago Sky. Reese is known for her strong presence on the court and has been a key player for her team since joining the WNBA. The rivalry between these players and their teams began to take shape around 2023 and 2024, as Caitlin Clark transitioned from college basketball to the WNBA. Caitlin was drafted by the Indiana Fever in the 2024 WNBA draft.
Caitlin Clark Fever swept women's college basketball this season, and the Iowa Stars expected to be drafted by the Indiana Fever this Monday. The hype for this pick is giving the city a major economic boost.
Her entry into the league was highly anticipated due to her impressive college career. Throughout the early part of the 2024 WNBA season, Caitlin Clark quickly proved herself as one of the top newcomers. She consistently battled for the top spot in the CBS Sports WNBA rookie rankings, often competing against Angel Reese from the Chicago Sky. Despite the challenges, Caitlin's performance was outstanding, and she became one of the most watched rookies in the league. But is there some kind of rivalry between Caitlin and Angel? The answer is no. Although Angel is often in competition with Caitlin for rookie accolades and attention.
The race for the WNBA Rookie of the Year is essentially a two-player race as we get closer to the Olympic break. Caitlin Clark is the favorite, with Angel Reese having the next best odds.
The main rivalry is between Diana and Caitlin. So far in 2024, Angel and Caitlin are in healthy competition for rookie awards. For instance, recently, Indiana Fever has struggled with a record that included losing 8 of their first 10 games. Despite this, Caitlin's individual performance was impressive, averaging 16.3 points, 6.6 assists, and 5.4 rebounds through her first 18 games.
In her first month in the WNBA, Iowa native Caitlin Clark has been named the league's Rookie of the Month. Clark has led all rookies in points and assists per game, along with three-pointers made. Of course, it's been far from a perfect start.
On the other hand, Diana, at 42 years old, continued to be a big presence for the Phoenix Mercury, even though her team also faced challenges. Not too long ago, Caitlin Clark received a remarkable number of votes, coming in second only to A'ja Wilson, a two-time league MVP. Caitlin gained 26,420 votes, just slightly behind Wilson's 27,773 votes. This result was very huge for a rookie player like Caitlin and demonstrated her immense popularity and the support she had from fans. At first, everything seemed like regular sports rivalry. That was until recently. In April 2024, Diana made some comments about Caitlin's move from college to the WNBA. Diana pointed out that the transition is not easy and takes time to adjust. These comments were perceived by some as critical of Caitlin, but Diana, who has been through a similar journey herself, was merely stating a fact based on her own experience. On June 26, 2024, during a practice session with her team, the Phoenix Mercury, Diana was asked about her upcoming first matchup against Caitlin Clark. Her response was very blunt. "Yeah, it'll be fun." She then moved on to answer other questions. This brief and straightforward response became a topic of discussion among fans and the media. It showed Diana's no-nonsense attitude and competitive spirit. The high vote count for Caitlin Clark led to a wave of reactions on social media. Fans took to various platforms to express their opinions.
We are now joined by Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark, fresh off her first All-Star appearance in Phoenix. Caitlin, you grew up a huge fan of the league, of course.
And many of these reactions involved roasting Diana Taurasi. The context for this roasting can be traced back to Diana's comments. Fans who supported Caitlin Clark saw the All-Star voting results as a vindication of Caitlin's talent and popularity. They used this opportunity to mock Diana, suggesting that her earlier comments were unfounded. Social media was flooded with memes, jokes, and posts poking fun at Diana.
Caitlin Clark shares a laugh with rival Diana Taurasi on court, despite veterans' brutal reality comments, as fans joke that finally a player likes new superstar rookie.
Some fans created graphics comparing the vote counts of Caitlin and Diana, emphasizing the rookie's impressive showing. Others referenced Diana's age and long career, implying that the new generation of players, represented by Caitlin, was taking over the league. The media and fans were eager to see how Caitlin would fare against Diana. The anticipation was not just about the game itself, but also about the symbolic passing of the torch from a legendary player to a rising star. Diana's response, though brief, added to the intrigue surrounding the matchup. Diana has always been known for her competitive nature and straightforward demeanor. Her blunt response was in line with her personality. It showed that she was ready for the game and was not overly concerned about the hype. For Diana, every game is an opportunity to compete and give her best, regardless of the opponent. Caitlin, aware of the challenges she faced, took Diana's comments in stride. She knew that transitioning to the WNBA would not be easy, but she was determined to prove herself.
They couldn't handle her, so Diana Taurasi decided to provoke Caitlin Clark. But watch what happens next. Caitlin Clark has been making a massive impact in the WNBA. Despite being a rookie, she has shown remarkable composure and determination in the face of aggressive challenges and negative comments from WNBA superstars and youngsters.
Caitlin's focus was on improving her game and helping her team. Her performance in the early part of the season showed that she was capable of handling the pressure. Now, how exactly did Caitlin play in the next match, especially after Diana's comments? Let's find out. Caitlin's phenomenal performance. After the drama and fan-created rivalry between Diana and Caitlin, something incredible happened. Caitlin Clark faced off against Diana Taurasi, and it was a game everyone was eager to see. The matchup represented more than just a regular season game. It was a clash between a legend and a rookie, a test of skills and determination. When the game finally took place, it lived up to the expectations. Caitlin not only defeated Diana, but also set a new record and nearly achieved a triple-double.
Once again, Caitlin Clark did something incredible in the WNBA. In Sunday's game against the Phoenix Mercury, she nearly achieved a triple-double as a rookie, something that has never happened in the history of the league.
The Indiana Fever beat the Phoenix Mercury 88-82, but the score only tells part of the story. First, Caitlin Clark broke an incredible record by reaching 129 assists for the season, setting a new mark for a rookie in the Indiana Fever franchise. In this game alone, she had 12 assists, demonstrating her complete skill set as a player. Caitlin's ability to create plays for her teammates is special, and it's not just about the number of assists, but their quality, showcasing her excellent court vision and the ability to make passes that most players wouldn't even consider. Clark isn't just adapting to the WNBA, she's dominating it in her first season. This record is more proof that Caitlin Clark is here to make history, not just to participate. With more experience, there's no telling what she can achieve. In this game against the Mercury, she recorded 15 points, 9 rebounds, and 12 assists in 39 minutes, just missing a triple-double, which would have been historic.
New York traveled to Indiana to take on the Fever today, where history was made within the Fever's program, as well as the entire WNBA, by none other than rookie Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin stayed calm and focused throughout the game, even when playing against a legend like Diana. She wasn't intimidated and proved she's ready to compete at the highest level. Caitlin's performance wasn't just offensive, she also excelled on defense and controlled the game's pace, showing she could be the leader the Fever needs, even as a rookie. The game against Diana and the Mercury was a strong statement from Caitlin, showing she's here to dominate, not just learn. The Mercury started strong and led 49-38 at halftime, but the Fever didn't get discouraged. They exploded in the third quarter, scoring 29 points to the Mercury's 13, changing the game's course. Caitlin was central to this comeback, organizing the attack and making very big plays. The Fever kept the pressure on in the fourth quarter, scoring 21 points to the Mercury's 18. The final score was 88-82 for the Fever, an 11-point comeback that showed the team's amazing resilience.
The Fever are playing better basketball the last month, but they still haven't beaten a team with better than a 500 record. An opportunity to do it this afternoon in Phoenix. Caitlin Clark going up against Diana Taurasi and Brittany Griner for the first time.
Caitlin mentioned in the post-game interview that the team always found a way to respond when the Mercury attacked. This comeback wasn't just about points. The Fever dominated in several key areas in the second half, like fast break points and bench points. This victory proves that the Fever, with Caitlin leading, can compete with any team in the league. They're not intimidated and don't give up, but they need to be more consistent. But things don't end there. Other Fever players also shone in this game and deserve recognition. Aaliyah Boston scored 17 points, grabbed 8 rebounds, and had 4 assists, showing why she's considered one of the best young players in the league. Kelsey Mitchell scored 16 points in just 21 minutes, and Caitlin praised her ability to make crucial baskets. Melissa Smith had a double-double with 12 points and 15 rebounds, which is very important in controlling the game's pace and giving the Fever more offensive opportunities. Tammy Fagbenley came off the bench and scored 10 points in just 13 minutes, showing the importance of contributions from reserves. It's exciting to see how Caitlin is fitting into the team and making her teammates shine. Her 12 assists helped many of the players mentioned, showing that she's not only a star, but also elevates the entire team's level. Caitlin mentioned in the post-game interview that the crowd was incredible and she was impressed with the energy. Wait, there's more. Despite the pressure of playing away against a legend like Diana in a packed arena, Caitlin kept her cool and led the team to victory.
The Footprint Center is a very hard place to play. You guys got the win. What was the mindset going into this one to get a dub?
I think we were just resilient. You know, when they punch us in the mouth, we always found a way to answer. I think people stepped up when their number was called and they were put into the game.
She talked about the team's resilience, saying they always found a way to respond when challenged, showing her strong mentality and leadership. Caitlin also praised her teammates, especially Kelsey Mitchell, by mentioning her steady performance and incredible shots. Even as a rookie, Caitlin shows maturity in handling pressure and valuing her teammates. She's not just playing well, she's becoming a true leader for the Fever.
Caitlin talks evolving leadership role with Fever. I want to motivate them. Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark is already embracing a leadership role within the team in her rookie season. I think as a point guard you have to be vocal, whether I want to or whether I don't want to. There's no choice there.
This game at the Footprint Center was more than a victory. It was a statement that the Fever can win anywhere against any opponent. Caitlin Clark is redefining what it means to be a rookie in the WNBA. She's already broken the Fever's assist record, almost had a triple-double, and beat Diana on her home court. Looking ahead, the Rookie of the Year award seems almost guaranteed for Caitlin after this game. The question now is how dominant she can be. Will she break all-time records for a rookie season? She came close to a triple-double during the match. Will we see the first triple-double by a rookie in WNBA history soon? The future of the Indiana Fever with Caitlin leading is exciting to consider. They're already beating strong teams on the road. Could we see the Fever in the playoffs this year or in the coming years? Maybe even the WNBA Finals. One thing is certain, every game with Caitlin is an opportunity to see history being made, and many fans can't wait to see what's next. What we're witnessing with Caitlin Clark is something truly special.
You look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're going to come with some grown women that have been playing professional basketball for a long time.
There's always something exciting happening in the WNBA, and right now, the drama involves Diana Taurasi and Caitlin Clark. With Diana dealing with injuries, Caitlin was considered for her spot on Team USA. But it turns out that Caitlin isn't very interested in taking the offer. For basketball fans, this is huge news. Diana, a legendary player with multiple gold medals and championships, has been a key part of Team USA. Meanwhile, Caitlin, a rising star, known for her incredible skills and competitive spirit, was in the spotlight for this big decision. Why did Caitlin choose not to step in for Diana? What does this mean for the team and the upcoming Paris Olympics? Let's get into it. In the WNBA, Diana Taurasi is a very famous and skilled basketball player. Recently, she has been facing serious problems because of her injuries. This has become a big issue for her, her team, and her chances of playing in the Olympics. First, let's talk about what happened. Diana has two main injuries. One is in her back, and the other is in her left leg. These injuries have been causing her a lot of pain and trouble. She first started having problems on July 3rd. She was supposed to play a game with her team, the Phoenix Mercury, but she couldn't because her back was hurting too much. Even though she had this back pain, she tried to play another game on July 3rd. She managed to play for 30 minutes and helped her team win against Dallas. But after that game, things got worse. Her left leg started hurting badly. This new injury made it impossible for her to play in the next two games. She missed the game on July 7th against Los Angeles and the game on July 9th against Dallas. These injuries are very serious. The exact problem with her left leg is not completely clear. The team only said it was a left lower leg injury. This kind of vague description usually means they are still trying to understand what exactly is wrong, or it is something that affects different parts of her leg. Because of these injuries, the Phoenix Mercury announced that Diana would not play for the rest of the season. This is a big blow for the team. The Phoenix Mercury had hopes of making it to the playoffs and doing well, but without Diana, their chances have become much slimmer. Diana is not just any player. She is one of the best and most experienced players in the league. Her absence makes it much harder for the team to win important games. Now let's talk about what this means for Diana's career and her chance to play in the Olympics. Diana Taurasi is 42 years old. In basketball, that is quite old, especially for someone who has played as much and as hard as she has. Despite her age, Diana has been playing very well, showing that she can still compete at a high level. Many younger players look up to her because of her skill, experience, and leadership. She has been a key player for Team USA in the past and has helped the team win many gold medals in the Olympics. But these injuries put her ability to join the team for the upcoming Paris Olympics in question. The Paris Olympics, scheduled for July 2024, present a new opportunity for Team USA to compete at the highest level and to strive for another gold medal. Diana's participation in these games would be highly significant for several reasons. First, Diana's experience is a significant asset to the team. Her long career in basketball has provided her with a deep understanding of the game and the ability to handle high-pressure situations. She has played in numerous important games and has experience in international competitions. This knowledge and experience are invaluable for guiding younger players and providing leadership on the court. Her ability to make smart decisions and stay calm under pressure can help the team navigate difficult moments during the Olympics. Second, Diana's leadership qualities are essential for Team USA. As a veteran player, she has a strong presence and can serve as a mentor to younger teammates. Her leadership extends beyond her on-court performance. She also helps to build team chemistry and motivate her teammates. Her ability to inspire and lead by example can have a positive impact on the team's morale and overall performance. That's not all. Diana's reputation and status in the basketball world bring attention and respect to Team USA. Her presence on the team can enhance its visibility and attract more fans and media coverage. As one of the most recognized and respected players in women's basketball, Diana's involvement in the Olympics can help promote the sport and increase interest in women's basketball globally. If Diana cannot recover in time, another player might take her place on the team. After analyzing the other WNBA basketball players' strengths, there is one player that is being considered for the role of replacing Diana. This player is Caitlin Clark. Caitlin is a very talented and young basketball player. Many people were surprised when she was not chosen for the team initially. But now, because of Diana's injuries, there is a chance for Caitlin to join Team USA and play in the Olympics. Caitlin is known for her amazing skills and could be a great addition to the team if Diana cannot play. But why exactly was Caitlin chosen? And is she willing to actually replace Diana? Let's find out. For most people, it was a no-brainer that Caitlin would be chosen to be on Team USA, even without Diana's injury. Caitlin began playing basketball at a young age and quickly stood out due to her exceptional skills and dedication. Her high school career at Dowling Catholic High School in West Des Moines was the beginning of her ascent in the sport. During her time there, she achieved numerous accolades, including being named the Iowa Gatorade Player of the Year multiple times. In 2020, Caitlin started her college basketball career at the University of Iowa. Her impact was immediate. She quickly became known for her scoring ability, versatility, and leadership on the court. In her freshman year, she averaged 26.6 points per game, 6.6 rebounds, and 7.1 assists. Her impressive performance earned her several honors, including being named to the All-Big Ten First Team and the Associated Press All-American Second Team. Clark's sophomore year continued to showcase her talent. In the 2021 to 2022 season, she averaged 27.0 points, 8.0 rebounds, and 8.0 assists per game. Her exceptional play helped lead Iowa to the NCAA tournament, where they made a significant run. Caitlin's performances in high-pressure games demonstrated her ability to excel in important moments. This only helped to further establish her reputation as one of the top players in women's college basketball. That's not all. Her success in college basketball did not go unnoticed. Caitlin's impressive statistics and performances caught the attention of the USA Basketball Selection Committee. Her scoring ability, court vision, and leadership qualities made her a prime candidate for national team consideration. In 2022, Caitlin was selected to represent the United States in international competitions. She joined the USA Women's National Basketball Team and participated in various tournaments, showcasing her skills on a global stage. Her contributions were huge as she helped the team achieve success in various events and further solidified her position as a top player. Now let's move on to why, despite being a rookie, she is still a strong candidate for Team USA in the Paris Olympics. Caitlin's three-point shooting, court vision, and competitive spirit are integral parts of her success as a basketball player. Her ability to make shots from long distances has made her a formidable offensive threat, while her exceptional court vision has allowed her to be a playmaker and create opportunities for her teammates. Her competitive nature drives her to perform at the highest level and to continually improve her game. These qualities have been evident throughout her career, from her high school days to her time at the University of Iowa, and they have established her as one of the top players in women's basketball. The Paris Olympics, scheduled for 2024, presents an opportunity for Caitlin to show her talents on the world stage. Her previous experiences with the national team and her outstanding college career position her as a leading candidate to be a key player for Team USA. Her ability to contribute in various aspects of the game, including scoring, playmaking, and defense, will be important for the team's success in the Olympics. Caitlin's readiness and hunger for Olympic gold makes a strong case for her to take the mantle from Diana. We know that Caitlin would do great at the Olympics, but will she take the chance if offered? Now, many fans are highly skeptical that the 22-year-old will accept the offer. One reason Caitlin might refuse to replace Diana is out of respect for Diana's incredible career and contributions to the sport. Diana has been a cornerstone of Team USA for many years, and her impact on the game is undeniable. Clark, being a rising star, might feel that replacing such a legendary player could be seen as diminishing Diana's achievements rather than honoring them. Clark's refusal might stem from a desire to show respect and acknowledge the legacy of a player who has paved the way for future generations. Another reason could be related to team dynamics and chemistry. In a high-stakes environment like the Olympics, the team's cohesion and the relationships between players are very important. Diana's experience and leadership are vital for maintaining team unity and guiding younger players. Caitlin, while talented, might recognize that her inclusion in place of Diana could disrupt the established team dynamics. By refusing to replace Diana, Clark might be aiming to preserve the harmony and effectiveness of the team, understanding that the balance between veteran players and newcomers is essential for success. Things don't end there. Many fans think that Caitlin's refusal could also be a matter of personal and professional integrity. Clark may believe that the best way to contribute to Team USA is to earn her place based on merit, rather than stepping into a role that was previously held by someone else. This approach reflects a commitment to fairness and a recognition of the hard work and achievements of those who have come before her. Clark's desire to prove herself on her own terms and to earn her spot on the team through her performance, rather than through replacing another player, could be a significant factor in her decision. Clark's refusal might also be influenced by her current situation and future goals.
The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport